EA Sports. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Buffalo Bills and the Chicago Blues. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. So here come the Bills on offense for the first time. And led out by their veteran quarterback. He's been around a while. They don't celebrate birthdays for him. They just cut him up, see how many rings he's got around the middle. He has been in the league a long time.
And he was terrific in the opener, threw 3 touchdown passes, and make no mistake about it, he was eager to get right back out and do it again. So I think we'll see him try to test his secondary quite a bit as this game goes on.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. 2nd and 4. Wide open receiver complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 13 yards as the quick slant keeps the drive moving.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1. He'll drop to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Call that a very strong gain of 24. So return to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field defensively. Make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They're going to look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. They clearly wanted to come out, Charles, and be aggressive throwing the football, and they've been pretty efficient along with that aggressiveness. He's now 4 of 4 on this opening drive.
Yeah, and that's led to a fresh set of downs. I like what he's doing back there. You can tell he's at ease. Feels good about what he's doing. And I think if I'm the play caller, I'm reading that, and I'm continuing to let him throw the football.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. He will push his way down to about the 14. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bills get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Personally, for him, a great opening drive. He had 3 catches, including the touchdown.
That felt like tremendous scouting, great film watching, and creating a game plan to start this off, not only to get him involved, but to send a message to the defense. You can have a lot to handle in this one.
The extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it culminates in a Bills touchdown. Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. And they are led out there by their mobile quarterback.
And he certainly had his share of struggles in the opener, threw a couple nil-time interceptions in the game. So that was something that was harped upon all week in practice. Because if he's going to help this team be a winning one, he can't give the football away like he did last week.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And not much doing there, maybe a yard up to the 23. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down. They'll look to throw here. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. And the Bills are going to take possession of the football. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Let's go now.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Going for the deep ball. And this is taken in at the 5. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. A big play there with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Bills are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So after the disappointment in the opening week loss, Charles, this looks like really a completely different football team.
They sure do, and I think they realize we can't start 0-2, and they're determined to not let it happen by the looks of things here in the early going.
Extra point right down the middle, and it's now 14-0. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taken at the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line.
He was taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. 2 yards the loss there. Now 3rd and 14.
Now, I'm not putting him in the Hall of Fame, but if you look at the great linebackers in history, they all have that ability to innately sense where a play is going, sometimes even before the ball snapped, and they're there, and they end up making the play.
Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And they bring their punter out there now as he's on to punt for Chicago. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a 1st down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. This defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long, step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And a throw right sideline is complete. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. His first catch, good for 16 and a 1st.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. From the gun, he'll hand this off. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Being chased out left. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
Boy, that's the kind of interception that can save a game right there. They're already down 2 scores. Huge play, slowing down what was going against them.
I was thinking the same thing. You get down 3 scores there at this stage, could be in for a long ball game. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. The numbers for him from a week ago: 5 catches, 118 yards.
And in the preseason, I thought he was primed for a big, big year. And week 1 did absolutely nothing to diminish those expectations.
Working with a 2nd and 3. They'll They'll go option to the short side. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
They'll set up to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a 1st down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed 1st down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice 1st down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on 1st down. Back to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
They'll look to throw again. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. They'll try to run it in, going option right. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second quarter now, and it's our home team with possession. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
He's going to keep this again.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. It's their quarterback. A 3-yard run as he kept it himself.
And the Blues have got it back to within a score.
Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make our score 14-7. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away.
Take it in at the 3.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one. And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Now a give right side. Byers. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
And that's exactly what you're looking for at the inside linebacker spot. Versatility. He can drop into coverage, or as he did on that last play, use his speed to get to the perimeter and knock the ball carrier for a loss.
The offense on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. He'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
The Bills send the punter out, standing just outside his own goal line. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Chicago offense set to get started.
Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why?
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
Quick hitter here, it's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
They'll set up a throw. The left side completion to Jones.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think it's big boys up front, that offensive line. They've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. Just a loss of a yard there, but it's not going to help. Now they face a 3rd and 14.
I think it might be time to move to a different section of the playbook there because back-to-back runs, both for loss. Now they have 3rd and long coming up.
Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards.
A lot of running backs in the passing game, they're just used to check it down to them or maybe dump off passes. But this guy, they use him to stretch the field, don't they?
Stretched it right there, turned it into a really nice game. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Now a handoff looking right. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here.
Here's the option.
And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Now we've got a field goal coming up here for Chicago. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick is indeed good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Going down the middle, and it's complete.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
So in the 2nd quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. They'll look to throw.
On the sideline, did he keep his feet in bounds? They say yes. Great job, both feet in, first down.
A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it for the first down.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the defense. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. Big boy earning his lunch. That's what you call rumbling with the ball, Charles.
Big man with football. He wasn't just earning lunch, Brandon. He was earning dinner. He was
midnight snack.
Everything that you could possibly do, he did it on that play to pick up the ball and go.
Now comes the kicking team here for the extra point. It's good, and they'll take a 17-14 lead. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
Taken in at the 3. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive, then suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back of a defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction.
There's not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You just got to regroup and start putting another drive together. That's all you can do.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. The throw over the middle taken in, and they're able to get this one across the 35.
Now this offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. They trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Back to throw again. Going to throw right side here, complete.
And he's going to have a 1st down here. They're also into field goal range at the 28.
He'll drop to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal.
And, partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. He's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. This will be caught at about the 6. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. 2nd and 6. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete.
He's going to be brought down there in the field of play.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. A great effort there as time expires in the first half.
And the Bills have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that will make this a 4-point game. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll begin our trip around the NFL with an interesting one right off the bat. And as you see, they were winners back on Thursday night. Patrick Mahomes, 2 touchdown passes as his guys make amends for the setback in Week 1. From there, we're off to check out another game. And you can see they lead the visiting Arizona Cardinals at halftime. Finally, let's get down to the Bayou. Check in on the Saints at home at the Caesars Superdome. And you can see there, it's the visiting LA Rams who have the lead in that one. The Rams trying to hold on and claim victory. With that, let's take a look at the next-gen stats for Buffalo in that first half. And our statisticians got through a couple of pencils already. This offense is on pace for potentially 500 yards in passing. That's pretty incredible. Meanwhile, on the other side, they weren't quite as successful throwing the ball as their counterparts were, but they still were able to move the ball reasonably well in that first half.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. This will be fielded inside the 5. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
2nd and 4. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
They go right back to him for 20 and a first. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. Hands it off out of the gun. Down at the 35. It'll be 2nd down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And a short gain down to about the 33.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Back to throw here. And that's knocked away and incomplete. Now we've got a field goal coming up here for Chicago. From the right hash, and call it an even 50 yards. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that'll bring him back within a point.
So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
So here are the Bills to take over. They fell last week to the Jets, but they've got the lead right now as they start this drive. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now back to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Forced out to his left. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Well, if you're going to turn things around in a game like this, Charles, those are the kind of plays that you need.
And I just love the way that defense rallied to the football on that one. They got the completion, but he was smothered behind the line of scrimmage. And when you make tackles like that, your whole defense is going to be fired up. Really nice play getting to the ball.
Throwing right, and that's complete.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Well, they obviously read man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that, Bert?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Can't get away, and he's taken down. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd.
Remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that could spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like a take that type of a play, didn't it, partner?
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Looking to throw. Buying time to his left. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
The Bills send the punter out as he's on here to punt it away. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. Here's the option going left on 2nd down. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. That one will go for 9 yards and a 1st down on the keeper.
So that was all you're looking for on a play like that. Get the 1st down and keep the drive moving.
Yeah, it just looked to me like he just said to himself, I've got this. I'll take it. I'll pick it up, and let's keep moving. Get the 1st down, get a new set, and let's start over.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack.
And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down. On second down, here's the option.
And he'll work this one up to about the 38.
They'll run the option on 3rd and short yardage.
Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
And they'll send out their punter now as he's on to punt for Chicago. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Bills offense coming out, ready to take over. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up. Here's a 2nd and 7. Flush to his right. Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. The Bills send the punter out as he'll come on to kick this one away. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field.
Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
And that'll be marked down as their first sack of the game.
Well, they had 6 last week, and this offense did its homework, didn't it? Because they saw all that pressure, and they really worked hard to tamp it down and beat it back. And they did a great job in the first half. But now they've gotten their first sack here in the second half. Look out. They'll try to increase the pressure.
So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. They'll drop to throw. And he whips that one incomplete there. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that. But the rushing game, almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents. This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down, They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
They're going to look to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game.
Before they can snap it, time runs out on this third quarter of play. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. The Bills on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be third and a mile. And he's got his man on the out route. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that's going to bring up a fourth down.
They got the completion, but they didn't get the first down, so you got to think if you're on the defensive side of the ball, you're pretty happy with what you just accomplished there.
Yeah, guy, like you said, got him out of bounds, stopped the clock, kept him short of the marker. The Bills send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. The Chicago offense set to get started. Their defense accomplished step one of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth quarter lead. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Caught by Jones. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, to watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack.
And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49.
2nd and 9 now. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. On third down, they'll try and run for it on the draw. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up fourth down.
But this was just simply excellent defense. On this third down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
So they bring out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. And now out come the Bills.
Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack.
Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game.
Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And this is going to double their room to maneuver, able to get it from the 5 to the 10-yard line. On third down, he'll drop to throw. Now he's going to send this one deep right side. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the defense will get their hands on it, going the other way. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field. and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the fourth, a costly turnover.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack.
I'm sure that that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Looking deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's going to take another shot here. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that'll move their lead up to 4 now. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
2nd and 14. He completes it to Jones.
And the coach is always hard finding the quarterback reading the defense and getting into the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the 1st down and then some.
Here's a handoff out of the gun.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll be close to a 1st down as the tackle made at the Bills' 43-yard line. They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. Dances by him.
And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line.
And that'll go for a gain of 18 on the keeper. First down.
Well, I'll tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Oh, no, he lost the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And they had it there so close to the goal line, a chance to take it across, claim the lead here in the 4th. Boy, that was a big, big mistake.
It really was, and as much as I want to give credit to the defense for making the play, I do tend to agree with you. That mistake, that's a chance to go in and take the lead. I mean, you're in great shape, yet you don't take care of the football. But they'll be going over that like crazy in the upcoming weeks.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. 2 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
Here's 2nd and 8. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. And a loose football. It's going the other way. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
Well, that takeaway, partner, right there, that's a combination of coaching, execution, and absolute belief. Because a lot of guys will look at the scoreboard and go, this thing's pretty well done. But they still thought to themselves, if we can make a play, we give our teammates a chance to win it. And that's exactly what they did.
Back to throw now on first down.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. Jones has it. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. They come up on a 1st and goal with this game still hanging in the balance. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. This is going to be caught along the sidelines. Probably shouldn't have been caught. He's going to lose yardage there. Back to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
They go for it on 4th and goal, but that winds up incomplete. They had the play call on 4th and goal, but it's dropped in the end zone. And the Bills are going to get the football back. They kept it in the air on 4th, Charles. They ran on 1st and 2nd down, tried it through the air on 3rd and 4th. couldn't come away with anything on 4th and goal.
And remember, in these situations, the field is really condensed. Everything is squeezed tight. So as a defender, you can actually take more chances here because they won't have as much time to throw the football, and a receiver really can't run past you. If they do, they run out the back of the end zone. Nice job by the D, shutting them down.
Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. He'll drop to throw. He's going to look deep down the field. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. The situation for him offensively as follows. Down 24-20, and time a huge factor. They need a touchdown. A field goal is worthless now as they come up on 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Bills are going to take over in excellent field position. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a 3rd situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational. So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills, and a little bit of a surprise they lose the turnover battle, but wind up winning the ballgame.
And this is very unusual because you know all teams stress winning the turnover battle as a key indicator to winning ball games. So when you get something that goes against the grain like the one we saw here, it's quite the oddity. Now let's face it, they'll be very happy that they pulled this off, but they do know that in the future they've got to work on taking care of the football because this won't happen very often.
So for the Bills, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll have another road date next week with the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for the home team here, they will fall to 1-1. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at MetLife Stadium with the New York Jets.